Ladies and gentlemen, the internet is currently experiencing its own labor pains. So get your tea, throw away that advertisement for pregnant vitamins, and cancel your baby shower invitations. Shields, Claressa is expecting a child. Yes, you read correctly. And no, this isn't just a calm, adorable couple's announcement complete with nice lighting and ultrasound pictures. This is a full-fledged, drama-filled, and shade-soaked confession that was shockingly revealed during an Instagram Live with Remy Ma watching. Now, take a moment to consider what would happen if the woman who took your he also claims that she is pregnant his child. When your husband's child is born to the side chick, how do you respond? You lose it, is the response? Additionally, that's precisely like Remy Ma did. Remy Ma moved from being calm and collected to totally insane, slamming doors, allegedly smashing phones, having emotional breakdowns, and having voice notes released in front of millions of people. Furthermore, the video is not just heartbreaking, but also heartbreaking. How did Claressa manage to do this? Was this anything that was planned? Why is Papoose playing Mr. Silent mode all of a sudden? Oh, don't worry, all of the leaked texts are here. Fan theories, dubious video, and an unnamed nurse disclosing the actual delivery date. Hold on tight. The scandal involving this baby has only started. The walls of hip-hop monarchy are tearing down once more, ladies and gentlemen, and it's not about a secret wedding, an infidelity, or even a leaked diss track this time. No, it's about a baby this time. A baby that never should have been born. The timelines are melting, fans are shouting, and a certain rap queen is allegedly hurling her iPhone across a Versace kitchen. Let's explain it to you. Claressa Shields is expecting a child. It was Papoose, the purported father. That Papoose, indeed Remy, the eternal love of Ma, the man who waited for her release from prison for 7 years. We all declared him the king of fidelity, the blueprint. And now that Remy's biggest public enemy is the unborn child's mother, that exact blueprint is being torn to shreds. She has been referred to on several occasions as a cloud-chasing fraud, a sloppy, and an obsessed woman. She previously asserted that the woman would never be able to stay with Papoose for 5 minutes. Oh no, they supposedly survived long enough to create an entire person. So, how did it all come to pass? Ironically, it began with a live stream about wellness, glowing, serene, and dressed in a white silk robe. Claressa Shields went live on Instagram to interact with followers and share what she described as a personal reality that has been difficult for her. What followed was unexpected. Yes, I am expecting, she answered, smiling and holding her stomach. This wasn't how I wanted to say it, and this child is the product of genuine love, not rehashed vows, I'm glad to say, boom. In just 30 seconds, the number of watchers increased from 2,000 to more than 70,000. In just 3 minutes, 15K tweets including Remy Ma's name were trending, the most of which included sobbing memes, fire emojis, and captions like Remy about to flip a couch on live. Papoose truly went from prison bae to the operation's baby daddy. This family tree simply became a sobbing willow. But it wasn't only fans are going crazy. Remy Ma reportedly watched the live feed live. A hairstylist on Rhee's team reported in a since-deleted tweet that the expecting Claressa said, midway through her drink, Remy halted and yelled, "B** is lying." He then claimed that she was only a sparring partner, but Claressa wasn't finished. Honey. She held out a small ultrasound, dropped more bombs, and carried on with the live feed. The comment she later shared read, "Champion in the making boxing glove baby medium skin tone. No secrets, just legacy." The baby belly was already bursting, and the 4D was as plain as day. Every gossip website, from Perez Hilton's ghost account to the Shadow Room, had published the news by now. But when Claressa's team released a blurred-out individual wearing a gold watch and a familiar Yankees cap is seen standing next to her in the shadows of this exclusive maternity shoot teaser. What did fans discover when they enlarged, brightened, and zoomed in on the image? Recognizable tattoo on the left hand. It's a prenatal photo homage that he once received for Remy. It pops Black Love ink. Reddit threads were blazing like wildfire. By this point, and one topic called Papoose really went and fertilized the enemy hit. Fans were spinning by this point. In just 2 hours, there were over 8,000 comments, theories, timelines, and flashbacks to previous interviews. One fan unearthed a film from 2023 showing Claressa clumsily sidestepping a question about Papoose in a Breakfast Club interview. "He's cool," she said. "He is helpful. Genuinely interested in my accomplishment." At the time, fans are watching it like an FBI surveillance tape since no one blinked. But here's the crazy part. Remy Ma's close friends believe this wasn't a complete surprise. According to an unnamed individual who claimed to be a family friend, Remy already had suspicions. Mediocre reported, months ago, she confronted Papoose about her closeness to Claressa. He denied all of it, claimed that everything was business and mentoring. However, Remy mentioned that something didn't feel quite right. She simply could not have predicted this. Even worse, The company Papoose referenced may have been the coaching brand, Papoose and Power, which he and Claressa covertly co-founded just 6 months ago. It was meant to provide a platform for celebrity power couples to learn about money and have healthy relationships. Pardon me, healthy partnerships. You can't make this stuff up, but we did. Relationships from a man who secretly got another woman pregnant after dumping his wife. Now, this is where, according to an insider from the Papoose and Power brand shot, Claressa was obviously pregnant during the most recent commercial campaign in early March, and it gets messier than a gender reveal gone wrong. The man who rapped about transparency is now allegedly altering belly bumps in Canva to hide his double life. Papoose constantly changing the lighting so her bump wouldn't be visible. Remy Ma's last Instagram story was 12 hours prior to the live stream, and since then, she has not posted, tweeted, or even responded to any meme stream. "Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis," she said, smiling and applying makeup. How ironic. However, although Ray seems silent on the internet, a staff member from the location of her next press engagement allegedly overheard her shouting over the phone, proving that she is anything but quiet in person. Is she interested in playing family? Alright, when those restless nights arrive, we'll see how long Papoose stays. And then, as if things couldn't get any more profound, it does. Just 24 hours after Claire's baby confession, the internet was already exploding with Mortal Kombat-style content. Fans were surprised to see that the receipts were only getting started, because a mystery audio clip was dropped on X immediately following Claressa's infamous "I'm expecting live stream" before from a burner account called Papoose on Twitter. This is the conversation they didn't want you to hear. According to the caption, #PregnancyGate, #PAPOOSE, #REMA. Additionally, the man who is said to be Papoose can be heard whispering on the audio, "Relax, Remy and I will deal with it shortly. Let's just make no sounds throughout the first trimester." Claressa is said to reply, "I've had enough of hiding, Papoose. Side doors and shadows are not enough for me. I'm worthy of being your choice. Pick a baby." She was already selected at this point. In terms of biology, the audio went viral very fast. 6 hours and more than 5 million plays. Comments sections turned become battlefields. In fact, Papoose entered the future with a fitting hat. Remy had better leave no survivors and release a diss track called DNA. Jada never put her heart in Tupac's hands because of this. Loyalty has died. Additionally, a supposed nurse from a private OBGYN clinic in Manhattan revealed another bombshell while the internet remained in full-scale insanity mode. Father requested full discretion due to public profile. Reads the note, accompanying a series of hazy censored screenshots of Claressa Shields featured in a VIP pregnancy program. Can you guess the name that was written under emergency contact? Now Papoose's real name is Shane Mackey. Boom, that was it. Black Twitter Monthly, The Shade Room, and Hollywood Unlocked All reposted the screenshot alone. Instead of merely responding, fans were looking into it. Since everyone and their verified cousin had something to say, let's discuss the public reactions. Cardi B shared a photo of Remy, along with a note. "A Bronx girl will cry for 10 minutes and then spin around. In high heels, Papoose out here fertilizing ops like it's a community garden." Lil' Kim tweeted, "This is some King David behavior." Charlemagne, the God, observed at the Breakfast Club, "You wait on a woman in jail just to turn around and impregnate her. Nemesis. It's biblical. It's blatant breach of the Old Testament." And it became worse when Papoose, rather than releasing on Twitch, the public statement went live. Twitch, the dude stayed away from Hot 97. Choose to play NBA 2K Live with the most Papoose instead of paying attention to TMZ. Ever-present answer. The entire story is unknown to you all. Not everything is as it seems. I'm not going to argue online. He was roasted by the conversation. In the presence of Ray, Papoose blinks twice. Imagine losing to Claressa at both parenting and fighting. This stream was accessed by Remy from 3 gadgets. It wasn't good. So horrible that in the middle of the stream, Papoose' own Twitch viewers began requesting refunds. Additionally, only another twist struck more forcefully than Claressa's uppercut just as the internet was starting to gather its breath. A video clip from a private engagement dinner that took place about 6 months ago was leaked. Standing at the head of the table with a glass of champagne, Claressa says in the film, "To love that didn't start perfect, but might just finish it." Glances over to see Papoose sitting next to her, holding her hand and grinning. That implies that this relationship has been going on for a while. This has been simmering for months, perhaps even during the time that Papoose and they were still seen together in public, the biblical betrayal. But who was the one who really stoked the flames? Ree's fandom, the Remy Army, a whole digital takedown campaign was planned by these people. They made a modified organization. There are currently 410K signatures on the petition-free Remy from this womb drama. Papoose, parenting playlist. Track 1 is a meme series. Usher's Confessions, Track 2, by tweet, "Oh no." Additionally, supporters have been posting pictures with The phrase, "If Remy can survive this, I can survive anything." This trend has gone widespread online, bringing out every old receipt. An interview from 2 years ago in which Claressa quips, "I like a man who can fight for me, or at least rap about it," has gone viral. The audience chuckled. Fans are now referring to the instant she appeared as Papoose. However, while the public was making fun of memeing, and Remy Ma was supposedly getting ready for war, according to people close to her, she has spoken with a crisis PR professional, a whole legal team, and even Swizz Beatz on the phone to perhaps generate an unadulterated raw tell-all track. Fan screen filmed and uploaded a snippet of possible lyrics that one of her authors leaked on a private story. Here's the moment that sent Twitter into overdrive. "You helped her stretch / but couldn't stand beside me. Now you pacing waiting room / with the baby that denied me. Cardiac arrest." It is said that Remy Ma visited the same OB/GYN clinic, just Remy in all black, hood up, lips pressed, no cameras, no security. According to reports, one nurse made an anonymous Reddit post. She entered quietly, stated that she wanted to make sure of a few things. Everybody froze. There was a strong atmosphere. 7 minutes later, she left, remained silent. Who was she? Verifying. Does Remy intend to contest custody? Is she checking to see whether her marriage and the baby timeline coincide? Or worse, is she going to reveal something that Claressa is keeping hidden? Something significant is in the making, but we don't yet know. Additionally, in the last seconds of 2 nights ago, someone remarked on Claressa's most recent live stream, "Remy is aware of the reality." Claressa froze, simply blinked, paused, then cut off the live stream right away. All it took was for Claressa to freeze during the live stream. An internet frenzy sprung out. Conspiracies emerged from fan theories. Comment sections become battlefields. And there was undoubtedly a change going on behind the scenes. Because several sources started claiming that Remy Ma had requested an emergency court hearing in Manhattan just 48 hours after the sudden live feed stopped. No Instagram postings, no press announcements, just a ruthless legal action titled Urgent Private Family Matter. At which point the whispering started. Remy was no longer merely responding emotionally. She was taking calculated steps. There was more to this than sadness. This concerned reputation, legacy, power, and if the reports are to be taken seriously, she may be attempting to seize complete control of their joint assets. Let's dissect this. A leaked legal summary that is making the rounds claims that Re's legal team is claiming on message boards that Papoose's connection with Claressa and the pregnancy that resulted from it broke a number of agreements they made. As business partners and public celebrities, these include an upcoming memoir that was originally planned to be called Love Without Bars, a podcast contract, and a cooperative apparel brand. Yes, that title did not hold up over time. However, this is where the brutality begins. Timestamps, phone messages, and even hotel security footage are purportedly included in the legal documents, which depict Papoose spending evenings with Claressa, while Remy was staying up late working at the studio. According to one very incriminating video, Papoose and Claressa are seen entering a hotel unit in Miami around 1:12 a.m. and not leaving until the following morning at 10:48. Worse, Remy shared a since-deleted picture on social media that same evening, writing, "Studio vibes, love on my mind, legacy on my back." The treachery essentially wrote itself. As if that weren't enough, an unnamed paralegal revealed that Remy's attorneys are getting ready to make an emotional sabotage argument, saying, Claressa purposefully tampered with Remy's marriage in order to increase her notoriety, power, and financial prospects. Naturally, Claressa's camp disputes all of the allegations, describing them as irrational and a diversion from Re's struggle to move on. However, public opinion is currently against Claressa. Once admirers commended her for being a powerful, now, the self-assured champion is being accused of being a strategic opportunist. The internet believes they see signs everywhere after reading through her previous interviews, tweets, and even podcast appearances. Claressa's old Instagram stories were examined frame by frame in a popular video essay by a TikTok maker with over 4 million followers, who pointed up hints such as Papoose's chain in the background mirror, selfie, and a unique coffee cup from another post that purportedly matched his. It's compulsive. The internet is intrusive, but that's the nature of it. And in a story, she believed she was winning. Claressa has abruptly turned into the antagonist. Remy, meantime, is no longer playing defense. According to sources, she has already recorded in Remy Ma, The Truth You Were Not Prepared For, an exclusive conversation with a major streaming channel. In the 10-second ad teaser, she is shown seated in a chair and gazing into the camera, claiming that they merely attempted to bury me. I retained the receipts. The internet went crazy. Hours later, fans were pleading regarding the release date. Papoose has gone completely silent, tweeting, "We stand a strategic queen and Papoose and Claressa. Better lawyer up and log off." No statements, likes, or tweets. All of his official pages have been deleted, with the exception of one old black and white picture of his daughter. Just silence, no caption. Some think it's strategy, while others think it's guilt. Some even believe he's preparing to change the story with an arc of rebranding and public apology. But let's face it, he's gone from being the spouse of the year in hip-hop to a man who is being manipulated by meme pages, TikTok threads, and his own prior pledges. Claressa is also subtly getting ready for something of her own, while everyone else is eagerly awaiting Remy's arrival. According to a leaked email from her team, she's organizing a visual statement project, a little documentary-style film that would highlight her love for the child, her side of the tale, and her will to live her truth despite criticism from the public. However, fans are doubtful because how can you fabricate a story that began with an affair, escalated into a pregnancy, and now has followers questioning whether your child is a true miracle or just a PR stunt? The backlash is no longer limited to digital platforms. Insiders claim that a number of Claressa's partnerships are currently being examined. Allegedly, a public speaking engagement and a sportswear agreement have been put on hold. After fans threatened to demonstrate at the venue, the engagement in Atlanta was quickly canceled. This is a public relations catastrophe in addition to a controversy. Furthermore, the central child has not yet been born. What keeps everyone on edge, though, is Rhee's next move, since if the interview is canceled and when the documents are made public and the receipts correspond with the timings, it has the potential to change how fans view Papoose, Claressa, and possibly Remy herself, as well as how the culture evaluates celebrity devotion. I gave him everything, a platform, a name, a life outside my shadow, according to one leaked passage from the interview, and he repaid me with side chicks and silence. Now that it's obvious that this isn't about the pregnancy, he will hear my truth everywhere. Where does it all go from here? It's about the change in power, about respect, about the one woman who created a brand based on loyalty and the two individuals who broke it for influence. Will Papoose ever speak for Claressa? Will Remy's lawsuit upend the status quo? Will Claressa's baby be born amid chaos or clarity? One thing is for sure, though, has he irrevocably mishandled the one woman who ever supported him throughout the years when no one else even knew his name? Wasn't merely a private matter. This was a complete societal betrayal, and the internet isn't merely seeing it. They're like the season finale of a filthy hip-hop soap opera. You're chronicling everything, taking screenshots, and anticipating the next twist, and if you think this tale ends here, you haven't been on the online long enough. So, now we have inquiries that are more intense than Claressa's comments on Instagram. Is Claressa really prepared to raise a child in the midst of the year's most publicized scandal? Remy Ma is poised to turn the entire table with lyrical smoke and legal fire. Is this the last chapter of a story about loyalty that has gone horribly wrong? Or will Papoose ever stop hiding behind silence? This wasn't merely gossip, a betrayal in 4K, a love triangle with narrative twists, and a national debate about respect, retaliation, and receipts. We would now like to know if Claressa was acting calculatingly or out of emotion, if Remy was justified in clapping back, and if Papoose still merited that black love tattoos. Share your best opinions in the comments section. Don't be afraid or use filters. Just state the facts or whatever seems to be the facts at the moment. And please click the like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell if you're here for the drama, the secrets, and the truth that becomes more juicy every week. Because we assure you, this baby drama, it's far from over yet. Not when the microphone is still in Remy's hand.